impossible to face. When someone else sits there.
Oh, can I just tell you, I really like this Lyft life. I I'm gonna tell you something. If I could really afford to be driven around like this every day, swear to God, I would be driven around every day. I would never drive again. I just wouldn't. You know what I would drive? I would drive a little sports car in the country. I'd be that woman. I'd be like, oh, I only drive in the country. Or when I'm at the beach house, when I got to go pick up, I don't know, wings or something, I would just drive in the country or at the beach. I've got to make enough money for this show to afford a driver. So now I got to blow this show up, right? Because that's the only way I'm going to do it. So what I want is to have a driver and have my makeup done every morning by winter. And the only way to do that is to blow this up. And that means I got to work harder. Harry, we got to work harder. We need to take this show into syndication. If Steve Harvey could do it, damn it, we could do it. If those women on The View could do it, we could do it. And there's people, terrible people. I was listening to the little Lyft guy listening to a radio station this morning. And the conversation was pizza or panties. If you don't have enough money they were talking about how your college days spilled over into your grown-up days. You know how you don't have enough, you have just enough money to do your laundry, but you want some pizza. So do you get your laundry done, or do you pay for the pizza and then you go pantyless for the next till you get some money to wash your underwear? See, that's white people. Because black people, you know what we would have done? We would have filled the sink with hot water and detergent and washed our panties and hung them up. At least 2 or 3 days worth, so that when you got some money, you can take them to the laundromat, you could do that. I don't, you know what? I'm coming to believe that white people are not resilient. Just not. I mean, that's just Black Life 101. I just listened. I was like, it wouldn't have been a trade-off. I would have got the pizza and had clean underwear for work. Why aren't you thinking about washing them in the sink? In the bathroom sink. You could even fill the sink with some water, the detergent, a hint of bleach to kill germs. Don't ruin your underwear, fools. Put them in the sink, let them sit for a little while. Then, I had a washboard. I don't know if people still have washboards, but you can have a washboard. You can get a washboard for like $1 at the dollar store. And wash them, rinse them. Wash a little more, rinse. Hang them jokers up. And then you got clean panties and pizza. White people, y'all need some. See, this is why this Trump life is going to kill y'all. Because you're not going to survive it. See, we know how to survive it. Y'all ain't going to survive it. You're not. You don't know how to eat. You don't know how to shop. You don't know how to survive. Pizza or panties. Both. Y'all making desperate choices for no reason. I don't understand it. I'm just saying. So, I feel good. Even though my car I need to go and ransom my car. I got to figure this out. So I had to call Geico. I was like, look, this is your damn fault that my car is sitting over there. Lord, I don't want to pay this $1,000. I don't want to pay it to ransom my car. Oh, God, the thought of it just makes me crazy. I don't know. So I think about the kind of music I want to play. I need some music. It's the middle of the week, people. It's Wednesday. And then the next few days I got guests. I've got the young Mr. Isaac Bloodworth coming on tomorrow. Young brother. And we're going to talk about his artistic life. He's a full-blown artist, functioning artist, paid artist, working art. So I'm excited to talk to him because he's a millennial. And I just want to hear what it's like for a young brother to be out here doing this art life. And then, of course, we got Criminal Justice Insider at 9. And then I believe at 10 o'clock I've got, who do I have? I think I have Steve Ham coming on to talk about, who do I have? Yeah, Steve Ham to talk about his police documentary, Shift Change. So he's coming on at 10 o'clock, and then I'm gonna cycle up in the next couple of weeks, getting ready for the New Haven Documentary Film Fest. So I've got a couple of people coming on to talk about it, and I'm also doing a talk back for the Lorraine Hansberry film, which I'm excited to talk about, and to not so much me talking about it, but to facilitate the conversation around it. So I'm excited to sort of do that at the Whitney Humanities Center during the New Haven Documentary Festival, which is happening. I think starts June 4th and runs through like June whatever, forever. So I'm excited about that. So I have a couple of people on. Gorman is coming on because he was on last year. So he's coming on, and I believe he has a documentary, the pizza documentary. I remember I low key said, well, what about the vegan place that I eat at? And they were like, Babs, shut up. That's not pizza. There's only 3 pizza places in New Haven. these people piled in and went crazy. I went to Delana's. That's what I said. I went to Delana's, and I said Delana's. I threw my hat in the ring because that's the pizza I could eat, and people were going in. Good morning, Erica Bogan. What's happening, Erica Bogan? I was in the lift and I was talking about they had a popular radio morning show on, white folks talking about the choices they made in college about when you didn't have enough money and you needed your laundry done, so you get laundry or do you get some pizza? So the conversation was pizza or panties, and I was just like pizza or panties, and I'm thinking these white folks are trifling, because for black folks, if you went to an HBCU, you would have had both. You would have had Godfather's pizza and clean underwear. I went to school in the South. It was Godfather's pizza. You would have washed your panties in the sink like everybody else did anyway, and you would have hung them around your room, and they would have dried, and you would have had 2 or 3 days until you got some money of clean underwear. You wouldn't have gone without clean underwear. That's all I'm saying. So that was the conversation, Erica. I just wanted to say it again. So yeah. Both. See, I'm in the club both. I'm in club both. I think you could do both. Why can't you wash your panties in the sink and then hang them up? I wanted to call in that radio station and tell them that because they just got on my nerves. Well, it's sunny today. I got on my 70s bell bottoms. You know what I love about these silky bell bottoms? I love the way they hug my thighs. I know some people don't like their thighs, but I like the way these hug my thighs. I'm not one of these people that tears my body part apart that much. I like my thighs, and so hey, Margaret White. So I like my thighs. So I like the way these pants, because these are these silky denim, whatever they are, and they're bell bottom. So I have on my Fly London wedges. So I love that look because they drag on the ground a little bit. Reminds me of like when I was a kid. So it gives me that. So I like that. And I'm losing weight. I'm so excited. I got on the scale. It looks good. So let's see if we can keep this up. Now, if I could just add some exercise to this, I could be winning. But I don't know. So I need some music today. What do I want to listen to? Oh my God. I tell you, every morning I get up, I have a thing. And then I lose track of what it is I want to listen to. So I was like, okay, what do I want to hear? I know Michelle Turner would like Gamble and Huff. I got a little Gamble and Huff. I got some Jerry Butler, but I don't know if I'm on some Joe Simon. I think that's a little bit too far back. I think that might go back too far. Not too far, but just I'm not in the mood for that. So I'm just trying to think what I'm in the mood for. I'm damn sure not in the mood for Eminem. I don't want to hear any white people singing nothing that's remotely black. Not that I got anything against white people. Some of my best friends are white. Some of my favorite artists are white. I love Barbra Streisand. And if she ever tours again and I have $1 million, I'm going to see her. But until that day, I'm not listening to any Earth, Wind, and Fire in a minute. And you know why I say that? Because I have a girlfriend who lives in the Midwest, and she's like me. Every time Earth, Wind, and Fire is within a 100-mile radius, she's going to see him. So that's where I'm at. So since it's bright today, and it's sunny for 15 minutes, I'm gonna go with Shining Star.
can truly be.
See, Michelle Turner's dead right. You know, as I listen to this music, Michelle Turner, and I like Boogie Wonderland in September. I do. I get it. I get why you. I know who they're playing to when they're doing that. We all know. But I still like it. But Michelle Turner cannot stand September or Boogie Wonderland. So, and you know, her birthday, it's a wrap. I'm just saying. So anyway, so yeah, so you know what? It's a make Michelle Turner happy day, EWF. all the good Earth, Wind and Fire music. And you know, listen. I love Earth, Wind and Fire. I got like box sets of Earth, Wind and Fire. Between Earth, Wind and Fire, Vanessa Williams, and Carole King. That's it for me. If I'm on a desert island, I need Earth, Wind and Fire, all their music. I need Vanessa Williams. I need Carole King, and I need like Norman Connors. Swear to God, that's it, right? That's the music I need right there. Maybe one or two James Brown, maybe 5 or 6 Aretha Franklin. You know, that would be in my if I'm trapped on a desert island. That's what I need. I would need a year long cases of champagne, good champagne. I need good music, so I need all Earth, Wind and Fire. I need Carole King, and I need Vanessa Williams, a little bit of James Brown, some Aretha Franklin, definitely some Norman Connors. Yeah, a little bit of Diana Ross, I think. Some of that Motown. I need a little bit of Motown, like, you know, maybe some of the greatest hits, so that, you know, it wouldn't be like the whole life. I just need like the top 25. So I'd be all right. I'd be set. You know, with some good champagne, I'd be set. That's what I want, and some good like ibuprofen for like 2 years worth of ibuprofen, because I would double the doses. I'm just saying. Yes, you can't hear the music, Margaret White, on Facebook. You know why? Because they don't like it. So what you have to do is either go to the New Haven Independent page and live stream it, or get the TuneIn app. You get the TuneIn app and look for WNHH Community Radio, and you could listen. You get the music and the conversation. But on Facebook, unfortunately, since we're not child predators, of course. If we were child predators, we'd do whatever we want to do. But because we're not child predators, there are rules for people who, don't break the damn law. So we can't play music. So they shut me down. So let me see what's going on. I need to get a little bit of the Commanding Life in, because I'm on a roll with the Commanding Life. And I didn't read it first thing this morning. I was up, I was reading, I'm trying to finish Brian Stevenson's book. I've got to finish it because I need to return it to Andrew, because he low key threw shade at me about his book, because I'm moving, and he was like, and what about my book? As if it was gonna get lost in the sauce. No, so I'm gonna give him his book. Listen, I'm the same way, so I'm not even sweating that, because I know when I give people my books, I want my damn books back in the same way that I gave it to you. That's all right, So so I was finishing up, and I appreciate Brian Stevenson's book. I don't enjoy it. That history and that's recent history. Like, that's what's happening, and it just breaks your spirit. So I'm trying not to be low about it. You know what I mean? I'm trying not to be disheartened. I am disheartened. And there's so much about being black in America and black in the world that is disheartening. It's amazing. I'm always astounded at the resiliency of black people. I mean, we are resilient. I mean, the choice for panties over pizza would never be a choice for us. Just wouldn't be a choice. I don't understand these people. So anyway, Commanding Life, May 15, 2019. Don't create a life based on what you didn't get. Don't stop loving because you were rejected. Don't stop giving because you are living in lack. Don't stop believing in victory because you haven't won. Would you stop climbing because you didn't see the top? Remember, you don't need to see the summit to conquer the mountain. You just have to believe in happiness to climb one step at a time. And these are universal truths. Martin Luther King said you don't need to see the whole staircase to take one step. I believe that. And I'll go one step better. God gives you enough light for the step ahead. And if you take the step ahead, that gives you the strength to keep going. One step at a time. So God gives you enough light for the step in front of you, and then you take the next step and the next step. And I feel, I have to remind myself of that, particularly when I'm daunted by a gazillion things. I think we all can handle adversity when it's one at a time, right? When one thing is thrown at us, we can handle it and we can focus on it. We can deal with it. But when it's a myriad of things, boom, 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 it can defeat you. And it can bring you low. And that's what happens. And so then you start to feel like you're standing on the battle zone by yourself. And you're not. But it feels that way because the pain and what is happening is unique to you. And you just think nobody else is going through stuff. Everybody's going through stuff. Everybody's got a thing going on. I get it. I do. But you got to keep your head to the sky. You can't, you can't get discouraged, and it's easy to get discouraged. We live in a world that if you sit and ponder, you will be you will be brought so low you don't even want to get up. And I think that's what happens with people. They start to sink into the reality of what is happening around them, and I think keeping your head to the sky is a good thing. I know what it's like to be low. I know what it's like to be low enough to commit suicide. So I stood in that space. I've stood in that place more times than I could tell anybody. But this last year though, I've been in a good place, because it's been deliberate on my part, and it's been intentional on my part on how to frame my thoughts and my action and my deeds. It's been intentional. And so, and the pieces of my life are coming together beautifully. Is everything perfect? No. And I'm not seeking perfection, because there's no room for growth in perfection. You get to perfection, there's nowhere to go. I don't want perfection in anything. I like wiggle room to sort of pivot. Perfection doesn't give you that. It doesn't give you any room to sort of move up, down, left, or right. So I don't seek perfection in anything. I don't. You know what I seek? Good enough. Good enough. I seek good enough. And people think that's like low hanging. No. Good enough is I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with the outcome. I don't need to sort of tweak this or do anything else to it. It's like if I put on lipstick in the morning, I like it. That's it. It's good enough. Boom, out the door. Not like, oh, maybe I should put on this lipstick. Maybe I should try on these 20 other lipsticks. Nope. So, yeah. So I get to good enough. And good enough works for me. Because if I want extraordinary, I can pivot to extraordinary. If I want, okay, maybe not so good, but I can live with it. Because sometimes sometimes you got to live in those spaces. Sometimes you have to be prepared to live in the spaces of good enough. And that's not settling. I'm not saying, like, oh, settle. No. Because your good enough could be somebody's extraordinary. My good enough will be extraordinary for some people. Good enough for me is like 800 thread count. Okay, 600 thread count. 100% Egyptian cotton. See, that's good enough. For somebody, that's extraordinary. See where I'm going with this? For some people, that's extraordinary. For some people, for me, El Jimador or Cosamicos is extraordinary. It's good enough. Good enough tequila. El Jimador, good enough. Casamigos, good enough. For some people, that's extraordinary. Now, what the extraordinary tequila is Casamigos, which I love, like Respado. or any other high end tequila that I really adore. Now, if you just in the Patron world, then I'm like, oh, okay, that's your extraordinary. It's not mine. Might be my. I don't even know if that's my good enough. See where I'm going with this? So everybody got their own levels of good enough, extraordinary. So that's what. So the point is, make peace with that. Like, don't make yourself crazy. Don't. Perfection is a loser's game, I think. You know, and God has given us a world already of perfection, and even in even in what God has designed as perfection, we see the flaws, and I think that's deliberate. You know, there's no such thing as a perfect rose, right? We like to say that, but there isn't. But we can appreciate the beauty even though we know it's not perfect. So that's all I'm saying. Figure out what your good enough is, and lean on that, because your good enough is somebody else's extraordinary. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So, let me see. I need some more Earth, Wind, and Fire because it's Earth, Wind, and Fire Day. Gonna tell that story. Yes. Shh. Listen, do you hear them horns? Yes. Woo, baby. Good morning, Angela Bishop Ross out there in California. Hey girl, how you doing? I know you watching. How you doing? You doing all right? You good? I'm doing my thing out here on the East Coast in this Seattle-like weather. Today is sunny, but it's gonna rain. It's been raining for 6 weeks here. Bet Allen, get your weather back over there on the West Coast, please, so we can get some spring. You know what's gonna happen? We're gonna bypass spring and go right the hell hot summer. I'm not against it. I got to get to packing my house. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna have everybody come over and just like everybody, 100 people come and just tote stuff out. Oh my God, this is daunting. But I was talking to Andrew about this. I'm excited to sort of be able to do this because, it's like I get to handle this before I die. I get to handle sorting of things before I die, and that's the real blessing to me. Say whatever you want about whatever. The losing of the house or giving up the house is not the loss. There's no loss in this. There's only a win. And so to be able to sort of sift through my things and only keep the things that bring me joy and be very deliberate. My sister's like, I know my sister's sitting there with pursed lips like, I hear you talking. I'm like, Lo, I'm serious about this. The artwork is going into storage and everything else is getting pitched or sold or whatever. I don't half-ass want to do a tag sale, but I'll do it because that might bring some money. I just look at my things. I'm like, who wants this mess? But I may have a few things that people might want, but I'm not gonna stress over it. I just know I need to pack things up and just get to purging, and I'm gonna do that. So this weekend, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna shut myself in and start doing that work because it needs to be done. I'm gonna start early in the morning and just start packing up things and just like get ahead of it because I'm happiest when I'm ahead of things, and I need to be able to do that. So when it's time to break camp, I'm ready. So that's all I'm saying. That's what I'm about. I'm about it. So I'm gonna stay in this whole Earth, Wind, and Fire life because it's this is one of my favorite songs. I don't know if anybody else loved this song as much as I did, but I just thought this was one of the great party songs. 2, 1, 2, 3, go! Tonight is Cadillac Cruise at the Yale Repertory Theater. If you haven't gone to see this play, go see it. I'm going to see it tonight with the squad. We're gonna check in and catch it. You know, there's a story about. I had no idea this was going on in the civil rights movement. That there were a cadre of black and white women who would get in their cars and go and do civil rights work throughout the South, and hence the name Cadillac Cruise. And so I'm excited to sort of go hear this part of history that has sort of fallen off the radar. So I'm gonna go see that tonight, and looking forward to some good theater. New Haven is chock full of good theater. And International Festival of Arts and Ideas is on its way, and Juneteenth celebrations are coming around. I know Kelly Morrow has a whole full thing around Juneteenth coming. Juneteenth celebration at the Wadsworth Athenaeum or at the Amistad Center in Hartford is coming around again. So with the squad, you may see us there. So there's a lot going on, I love that about this city. There's a lot going on, and you can, as I said to you all the other day, this is a great city to jump in at any point, at any time, and anything that you want to do. You want to get down and be concerned about education. There's a Board of Education meeting, and people get it in. We have a very active Board of Alders, which I used to be a member of many moons ago. So there's a lot of opportunities to serve, to participate, to listen, and to appreciate all the magic and wonder of the city. Now, does it have its ills? Absolutely. But the good thing is that there's enough intellectual capital here that can tackle just about every imaginable and unimaginable issue that befalls this city. So jump in and be about it. Seriously. There's a lot of ways to sort of serve, and that's one of them. So the NAACP dinner is tomorrow night, and they're honoring some wonderful people. I'm not going to be in attendance. I haven't been to an NAACP meeting and a dinner in a very long time, but I have other commitments, so I can't make it this year. But I know it'll be wonderful, and they're honoring some great people, and I love when we honor our own people and people who are allied and accomplices with Black people. So it'll be a wonderful night. And if you want to get your tickets, go find find Dory Dumas on Facebook. She's the Greater New Haven president of the NAACP. And get yourself a ticket if they haven't sold out. It'll be worth whatever time you spend celebrating and in community with. So go do that. Make yourself useful. Go. So the Go Girl's graduating June 12th or something or other. I'm excited for her. And her prom dress was made by the one and only Donald Carter, and it's a rose gold sequence mermaid tulle kind of thing. And she looks fabulous and amazing in it. So I'm looking forward to seeing her go off to prom with her best friend, Aaron. And so yeah. So that's the last baby out the door. She's graduating. And I'm excited to see her graduate. I'm almost free. I've done my time raising babies. I've done it. And I'm grateful for every moment that I had opportunity to be their mother. I'm still their mother. So, so yeah, they all will be fine. And so she's already enrolled in Gateway. So she starts those classes September, I guess, or August. So we told her, because she was newly diagnosed as manic depressive. So we told her if she gives us 2 years here on her meds without incident, without problem, without being reminded, that we would see our way to letting her go off to an institution of her choice, college, a higher institution of higher learning of her choice, and that we would not stand in her way. But because she's young, we want her to get into the habit of being a college student and all that requires. And so she can get a lot of her requirements done, and it'll save some money. So she's going to do that. So I'm very proud of her. I don't know what my sons are doing, but you know what? They will make their way in the world as best they can. I have every faith in that. I sleep well knowing that they will be all right. And and this is and then, if you have to fail, this is a town to fail in, because there's enough support systems around that even if you bottom out for a little while, somebody could catch you. Some organization, some institution, something can catch you. And I believe that. Do I want that for them? No, no, no. But, they have to want what they want for themselves. And so I'm good with that. We've given them a foundation on which to stand on. And at some point, they will remember that and they will call upon that. Just like I had to call upon, the foundation that I was raised with and the foundation that y'all were raised with. We come back to our roots when we need them. And so that's where we are. So I feel, so let me tell you something. Babs is in a good damn place. I'm going to grow this show because I want more people listening while I talk my particular brand of ish. I'm gonna grow the show. I'm working with the squad. We doing a podcast, so that'll be, you'll be hearing more about that in the weeks ahead. Probably by midsummer, you should hear something. I'm excited about that project. I'm spending the summer writing in ways that I have never spent. I have never deliberately been about writing. I'm going to be about writing. I mean, I've been committed to a blog for about a decade, although my blog needs some love. But I'm gonna go back to that too. So this is the summer of writing. Less bars, more writing. So yeah, I would spend less time in the streets, more time in the backyard writing and working on my art, and being in my new space and making my new space a haven and a serene place and a romantic place. That's really what I want, to make it a romantic, serene, sexy space. That's what I want. So when you walk in there, you'd be like, yes. Whatever the question is, yes. That's what I that's what I want. I want, at this point in my life, I want that kind of space. I don't want I'm beyond a college dorm life. And I know people who roll like that. And I don't got no judgment. That listen, I've done my time with sparse and I just need a place to lay my head. I'm beyond that. I want comfort and beauty and romance and magic. And so I'm going to create that space for myself and for all those that want to come into it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want at this point in my life. And then, and I have great luggage. So pack bags, change clothes, let's go. And so that's where I'm at. So I'm gonna play myself out with my last Earth, Wind and Fire song. One of my favorite songs. I'll write a song for you by Earth, Wind and Fire. So thank you for hanging out with me today and the elements of the universe. Yes, isn't that beautiful? I'll see y'all tomorrow.
thinking about sending in my rescue crew. The time he said really said it all. Saw you carrying some chicks back at the mall. Standing on line with skinny jeans, looking like Ashton Kutcher in the movie scene. And you're crazy about her, and you can't live without her, 'cause she's blown your mind, yeah. D-I-M-E, she's a dime. Crazy about her, and you can't live without her. So your money and your time, D-I-M-E, she's a dime. And how you got hit, I didn't understand. So I had to come up with a master plan. Figure some time for us to hang out. Show you that the dollars is what she's about. She invited a friend to tag along. And this is where it gets funky in the song. 'Cause she came through the door with the faded jeans, looking like a model.